Hi everyone, and welcome back to the third and final episode in our series where we take you behind the scenes at OREN Wellness. We're here in Cardiff today and I'm going to take you around all the spaces and show you all of the details. Come with me. When you enter OREN, you're met with this statement reception desk. And this is such a cool feature because we've incorporated a mix of micro cement, a really interesting shape, tile, wood. When all the finishes meet each other, it's just a real sort of explosion of colour and really symbolises everything about OREN. It's super warm and inviting when you first walk in. This is a really cool space for you to check in and out of classes, for you to sit with your laptop, with a coffee before or after class and just relax. And it's a really social space and doubles up as an event space for Kelly when she's hosting as well. So we wanted to incorporate a wood tone into OREN, and ordinarily you would find with a wellness space that would be quite a light wood, and that's often what saunas and ice baths and all of that sort of equipment is clad with. But we wanted to incorporate a softer, warmer and darker tone into this scheme. So we've introduced that through these bar stools at reception, and this is a dark stained oak. This then follows through into the reception cabinetry and then through into the waiting area as well. And when you add that copper tone to this wood, it is just so warm, so luxurious, and just not something that you see in most studios. Behind me, we've gone with a statement plant wall. Still with the same dark stained oak, and just having this little bit of greenery that meets you when you come into this space is just really fresh and just something new. And then welcome to OREN's waiting area. This is possibly my favourite space in this whole scheme. And we've gone for a mixture of really subtle, supple leather finishes, mixed with velvets and dark stained woods and linens. And so there's a lot of different materials at play here, but they all just work together to provide different seating elements for everybody. And the coffee bar and event space, really, here is a real showstopper. We went for this really out there, crazy orange marble because we just wanted something different, something you'd never seen before, and OREN can take it because of it's just so vivacious in the design. So this stone is so vibrant. It's got lots of veining, lots of character, lots of natural definition in this stone. There's oranges, reds, golds, sort of all the colours from the scheme being picked up through here. And we've paired that with copper plumbing and a copper sink. So this copper tap doubles up as hot water, filtered water. It's really beautiful and sleek in its design, and it matches beautifully with this gorgeous copper sink. And these are going to age over time and just develop character and patina. Now, our most asked question is, why is there such a huge splashback on this reception bar? And the answer is because it has a ginormous coffee machine. And we knew before this machine came in that it was going to need a big statement backsplash behind it to house this machine. We've gone really, really oversized with the backsplash. We put a shelf above just to add a little bit of interest where in line with the lights. And this just houses everything that Kelly needs to host events, and everything else is tucked away underneath in her cabinetry and under counter fridge. So the merch wall is possibly the most overlooked aspect of any commercial space. Whatever business you are, you can have merchandise for your business, and it's such a cool way to add extra revenue and also to get your brand message out into the world. People wearing your branding on the back of their clothing, coming into class in branded socks, on the back of their hoodies. just shouting about your business in the location where you are. And so your merch wall has to do a lot of work for you. So it's very important that you have a lot of hanging space, that you have shelving space, and that there's a place for people to just really browse at their leisure, not feel pressured. With this space at OREN, we have incorporated the logo on a micro cement wall. The texture of that just gives a slight definition to the walls, but it's colour matched, so it's not a statement wall. And we've popped the logo into the micro cement, and then that just feeds this entire backdrop to really display all of OREN's merch incredibly beautifully. We've added a bench seat to the bottom, and this really is an added design touch that was just a little step further. And what it does is it creates additional seating for events if brands want to use this space as a pop-up location. And it also just creates a little bit of a break between the shelving and the floor. Often with floating shelving, you need a little bit of a stopper to stop people from walking into that shelving. And this just does that. So this space would be amazing if you have brands that you want to work with for your business, and you want to host events, you want to partner with athletics brands, luxury lifestyle brands, and they want to come in and bring their own merch to that event. They've now got a space to be able to display that, and it makes that event just much more interactive. So one detail that I really love is this curve in the paint in the ceiling. And this really signifies the difference between the reception and waiting zones without them being two separate spaces. So we've got this light milky tone in reception and this rust dark orange in waiting. And those two meet with a curve in the ceiling here that meets the curve in the floor tiles at the bottom as well. And it's almost like a peeling back the orange, just little nod to that within the scheme. Let me take you through to the reformer studio and the circulation areas. So we promised you a wash of burnt orange, and we didn't disappoint. This space is floor to ceiling, all walls, OREN orange, and we are obsessed. Okay, so let's go into the reformer studio and have a look in there. So coming into this space, this is everyone's favourite space at OREN. It's really calm, really peaceful. It feels like a really safe environment, whether you're a beginner or you've been coming for a long time. And there's so much to see in here. So I'll take you around and have a little look at a few of my favourite details. So in this reformer studio, we've been able to fit 9 reformer machines. Now, that's quite a lot for a studio this size, but we've made sure to keep the recommended distance between each one, and we've left enough circulation space at the two ends of the room as well for the instructor to circulate well through class. Each of these machines is also available on demand, so you'll see that there's screens placed at every single reformer. Here you can come in, grab some headphones, do a class by yourself. There doesn't need to be an instructor here, so this is a really interactive studio. We've then got mirrors through the entire space. So whatever angle you're at, you will be able to see yourself really clearly and see your form really clearly. And we've got a really beautiful LED strip that runs around the perimeter of the room as well. And what that does is just gives a soft, really flattering glow from below the mirrors. Behind me, there are 2 spaces. To the right, we have the equipment wall, and this is where everything that you need for class is kept, and you can access yourself. I'll talk you through some of my favourite details of that in just a second. And to the left of me is a space where if you don't want to go upstairs and use all of the changing facilities, if you're doing a quick in and out on demand class, you can pop your things there, leave your coat there, hang that up. There's a place for your shoes. There's a bench for you to sit down and remove your shoes, and also a place to charge your phone as well while you're in class. So this wall is such a stunning feature. It's micro cement. It has the huge OREN Stacks logo within the micro cement itself. And this is a real selfie opportunity for class. So we've done this very intentionally because when you're in class, you will be facing the mirrors and this will be behind you. And if anyone is filming or taking selfies while they're in this space, then this logo is what is going to be behind them. And this is what is going to do all of OREN's advertising on social media. So this is a very, very prominent fixture and a very purposeful decision. And then to the right of me here, we have the equipment wall. So everything that you need here for class is available to you. We've designed this very intentionally. It has a lot of storage underneath for extra stock, extra weights, replacement product, refills for the spray bottles. And then we've designed this system, which is a peg and shelf combination. The shelves hold all of the weights, all of the resistance bands, and they're neatly stacked in baskets for weight and level of resistance. And then we have space on all of these pegs for wrist and ankle weights and also for the Pilates rings as well. And these have been designed specifically for OREN and stained to match all of their really gorgeous furniture out in reception. So going upstairs, we're going to head up to the mat studio, the recovery suite, and all of the changing and toilet facilities. So come upstairs and I'll show you up there. When we hit this central location here, you have one of OREN's taglines, which is "The zest is yet to come." And this just is very subtle in copper vinyl against the rust paint, but it just gives you a little taste of what's to come as you come upstairs and use the facilities up there. And this entire space is washed with colour. So we promised you floor to ceiling orange in this circulation and we didn't disappoint. And this entire space, floor to ceiling, is vibrant OREN orange. So this is the Matte Pilates studio, and behind you is a custom built equipment wall, which I'll show you in just a second. And behind me is the gorgeous arch stage where the instructor stands for classes, and then you can fit either a smaller sort of 6 to 8 intimate class in here, or we can go up to 12 mats in here, which is really exciting. On both sides we've got a really gorgeous rust orange wave linen curtain, and this just really closes off the space for evenings for sound bath sessions and evening yoga. And then we can open these right up if we're doing something more energetic during the day in here as well. This orange band that runs around the ceiling and drops down to mirror height is a nod to the Reformer studio downstairs. And we wanted to bring that up here as well so that there's that continuation in the scheme. And we also dropped the heaters down to the same height as that as well. So visually it just creates a really gorgeous line in the ceiling. We've then got this milky tone along the bottom, which is a really gorgeous pairing with the rust, and this large format LVT in this, again, rusty orange, which just sort of ties all these tones together, and the mats just contrast on that as well. Going into the recovery suite, this is such a special space because this is where all the contrast therapy happens. So this is where we have sauna, LED, red light therapy, and ice baths as well. So come on in, I'll show you around. This space is so beautiful, and I can't describe the feeling when you walk in here, but I wish you could feel it through the camera, but it's the micro cement and the feel of it wrapping you in this entire room just feels so warm, so safe, and just a really amazing environment to unwind in. This bench is a huge success and something that we worked incredibly hard on. We worked with Bespoke UK to create all of the bespoke joinery in this space, and this bench is really special. It is a micro cement and dark stained oak handcrafted bench with these 2 pull-out footrests, so you can either sit here with your feet up or you can lay across this entire bench. And this panel is adjustable, it comes up and down and has lots of different settings, so you can sit here and lay here and enjoy this light therapy. These cushions have been made bespoke, and we have a base cushion to lay on, footrests, and these tapered back cushions for extra comfort as well. This is a really special performance fabric. This is commercial grade. It's perfect for this environment. It is stain resistant, water resistant, waterproof, and you will not get any marks on this fabric. So you could lay here in your fake tan and it will not transfer onto this fabric whatsoever. Round here to my left, we have 2 ice baths, 2 different temperatures depending how brave you're feeling today. These are also clad in the same micro cement as the walls, but we've got this chunky statement stone that we've pulled through from downstairs, and that just encases these baths and this central bench here in the middle. The OREN logo, again, we've followed that detail through all the spaces to make them feel really cohesive and intentional, and this is inside the micro cement and is actually the access panel for running the ice baths and the features that you see here in terms of equipment. And then we've got a space here to hang your towels, to hang your bag whilst you enjoy this space. Just really beautiful little copper hook detailing, again from ABI Interiors, are absolute faves. Behind you we have the sauna. This is really special. It's very sleek. We've gone for a corner design, and that's a very intentional decision because we wanted to maximize the floor space here as you came in, but we also wanted, when you enter this room, for you to see straight through the glass door and not to see the side panel of the sauna. I love that there's a little detail on the top of this sauna, and it's this triangular cutout of glass, and what that does is when you're in the sauna you can see through that top section and you feel really part of the rest of the room still, because you can see all of the micro cement detail in the ceiling. And then to the left here we've got a concealed cabinetry, bespokely made again, and this houses all of the equipment to service this room and to clean, but it also houses all of the water filtration system for the bottle filler in the hallway. So it does 2 jobs, services 2 different areas through one wall, and that's a really clever way to hide everything in the corner here. So now let's go and have a look at 2 small but perfectly formed toilets. Both a wash of orange with gorgeous copper detailing. In the toilets we have a copper sink with matching tapware, matching accessories, all from ABI Interiors. We've got a little towel splashback, nothing too much, just a little protection for the wall. And then the mirror on the top here is actually a tinted orange mirror. So it really reflects and diffuses the light and keeps that feeling of a glow when you go into the bathroom, so it's not too harsh on the skin when you look in the mirror. And we've got baskets in both spaces for clean and dirty hand towels. And then mounted on the walls, we have Good Wash, hand wash and hand lotion in 2 really beautiful copper lotion bottle holders, which is a really, really beautiful detail. And then the unisex shower is hidden down this little corridor here. And this shower area was really important to me when designing this space because I wanted a space where men who come and use the facilities here at OREN do not need to go into the main changing area. They have their own really special spot in this space that is big enough and long enough that they can shower and change in privacy in one cubicle. So in here we have a shower to the far end, concealed grate on the floor. We haven't popped a bench in here because we wanted to keep the floor space as vast as possible. And let's face it, men do not know what to do with a shower bench. And then they have 2 hooks here for all of their belongings and their towels. Nice and dry because it'll be the end of the unit here. And then they've got all this floor space to circulate and change. So we devoted quite a lot of space to women's changing, and that was predominantly so that we could incorporate this beautiful stone and do a huge custom vanity area. And this is really important because you want to be able to get ready and get on with your day after class, and you want a really gorgeous environment to do that in. So we brought this statement stone up from downstairs, paired it with custom copper cabinetry, and again we worked with Bespoke UK for this, and they absolutely nailed it for us. It was exactly how I envisioned it to be. One of my favourite features about this is that we incorporated a little towel bin into the top here, and this is really important because Being able to just throw your towels in here and go is really easy and convenient, but also being able to access this front cabinet as a team member here and take this away and deal with it discreetly just really doesn't interrupt the guest experience when people are visiting. We have Dyson hair dryers, LED backlit mirrors, gorgeous plants, statement tile on the floor, and we just went with the milky cream white colour in here just to keep it nice and bright, nice and fresh, and easy if you're doing your hair and makeup at the end. So the vanity drops down and stone continues into a low bench seat where you can sit in front of the window, and this is so cool to sit down on when you're feeling hot and bothered after class, and as soon as your skin touches it, is so luxurious. We have a central bench here in the middle for you to change around, to pop your bags down, to store everything that you need when you're getting things in and out of your locker, and to sit here and pop shoes on and off. And then behind me are the most beautiful copper bespoke lockers that you've ever seen. These are combination locks to make it really easy for guests to come in and out. Nice and spacious. We went oversized in these lockers to give you lots of space. No one wants to crumple up their clothes in a tiny locker. And then behind me are our gorgeous showers. Here we've got two really long showers. We've spoke about these before. The length of them was incredibly important to me as the designer, as I wanted a space that doubled up as shower and changing in one. So you can hang your clothes on these hooks here by the door and they will not get wet if you go and use the shower at the end. We've got that statement stone bench seat, a concealed shower grate within the tiles, floor to ceiling tile, which is really luxurious in a shower, and gorgeous copper finishes from ABI Interiors, which are amazing. ABI never let us down. We work with them on every project and we love working with them. And this swan neck detail in the shower is just perfection. Thank you so much for following along with this series. We've loved taking you behind the project, behind the design process, and showing you the outcome and all of the things that happen in between. If you want to see more like this, let us know down in the comments and we'll be sure to document more of our projects as they go along. But thank you so much and I'll see you again soon.